Well, here it is, Season 2, Episode 11 of the CharCole Sports Show on the air here on 91.1 FM KAOR in Vermillion, South Dakota. Happy to be in the Neuharth Media Center on this crisp November night, Cole. What is this, our first show in November?
It is. It's the first and last show of November. Last we spoke to you October 30th. And next week is obviously Thanksgiving, so we won't have that one either.
Yeah, it feels like we're almost chasing our tails, Cole, and we're so busy right now that we've barely been able to talk to each other. And I was telling you before the show, I said, I think this might be the most authentic show we've ever done, just based off of the pure interaction that we might have about some of the topics in the show, because we've had some pretty interesting takes that have come to fruition, Cole, if you know what I'm saying. So, in our promo, you hear the hottest names and the hottest takes. Well, the hottest takes weren't necessarily hot because Cole and I were predicting some of this stuff all the way through the season, and it happened in the last few weeks. So, again, happy to be with you for Episode 11 of Season 2 here in November. Cole, got some fun stuff to get into today, and I'm excited to kind of talk sports with you for a little bit because we've just been so busy doing everything else because we're at the intersection of volleyball, football, and basketball season and championships coming up here, as well as deer season. I'm running home as much as I possibly can. So, I mean, it's busy, man.
Yeah, it is the chaos part of the year, as now we're getting to the point where I'm starting to put together my my basketball schedule and random classics that we're doing, and oh my goodness.
I know.
Busy.
We are busy, and we're, again, happy to be with you both on the airwaves here on KAOR and on YouTube at the CharCole Pod. We need to change that channel name at some point to the CharCole Sports Show, but CharCole Pod's the OG, so we're keeping it for now. Also, a quick note, Cole, we are 6 subscribers away from the 50 mark.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
So, that's pretty exciting. The 50th subscriber, Cole, I don't know if you knew this, is actually going to get to pick your next haircut and decide if I get to keep the mustache or not. So
there we go. You heard it here first.
Little giveaway there for those watching on YouTube. So subscribe to YouTube and like our live streams, and you'll get to have a good chance there at getting to pick our new looks. Cole, let's get into episode 11 here on the CharCole Sports Show.
Yeah, first we're going to move into USD football. And again, it's been a while since we last talked to you. There's been 2 games, one dominant win, and one what in the world just happened moment. First, we start off with the win against Indiana State, where we hosted Indiana State on Military Appreciation Day. Got the win 49-0. Aiden Bauman, 238 yards passing. Charles Pierre Jr., 165 on the ground. And Karan Adams had 133 in the air. 2 hours and 48-minute game, which, in case some people did not know, I was actually the public address announcer for this game. So
yes, he was.
I enjoyed that quick game. I got the first touchdown wrong, and I'll never live that down, but apparently nobody really noticed it except for me. So
the whole place was going nuts. Well, yeah, actually,
it was the second play of the game, and I didn't quite have my papers aligned yet. I mean, I've been reading through them for about an hour, and second play, I'm still looking down trying to find names and numbers, and my spotter said number 4. So I'm okay. I just looked down and read the first number 4 I saw. So it was an Indiana State. It was either their offensive number 4 or their defensive number 4, one of the two, because it wasn't Karan Adams and it wasn't Shahid Barros. At least if I would have seen Shahid's name, I'm like, that's wrong. Look over the other side. But yeah, it was. Anyway.
What was the attendance there, Cole?
5,300, I think it was. So, I mean, for a blowout game in some pretty bad weather, because it rained like all morning, it was actually better than I had anticipated.
Gary made a comment on the radio about the attendance, so I just had to ask. So
yeah, it was I just saw it. I think it was like 5,300, I think, something like that.
I see. I actually listened to John on the radio and then heard you through the radio all the way out in the Black Hills, Cole, in the middle of nowhere. We had no phone service, but we had AM radio.
No phone service, but AM radio. I think that's proof that AM radio will never die. 49-0, big win, big rushing attack. Again, if I remember correctly, we had over 600 yards. Yes, we had 627 yards of offense. Just ran it up and down. We let Indiana State have one decent drive, and then our defense just kind of locked down and said, all right, that's enough of that. And then we took care of it from there. So 49-0, big win. Had to get that one.
Yeah, for sure. Reading some YouTube comments here. You're going to like this. Cole's new haircut, ? Let me just unsub and then resub as the 50th sub.
Was that
also,
was that Bryce that said that?
We'll get to that. Okay. Also, shout out to the #1 Coyote volleyball color commentator.
That was me last night on the
yes, it was
Summit League Network. Unfortunately, went the wrong way.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that after we finish up this football segment. So after that Indiana State win, USD moves to 7-2. Then they traveled out to Grand Forks, North Dakota.
We just gained 2 subscribers. Oh, no.
That's all right. I don't have much hair to work with anyway, so we'll what'll happen is I'll probably book a haircut, and then book a haircut the next day. I'll go a full 24 hours with that haircut. I'll promise you that. But you know what? To be honest, you could really make it look like anything, and I wouldn't. It really wouldn't.
Nah.
So a little mohawk.
Don't. I mean, well, it depends who the 50th subscriber is. There's a way we can see that, I think, isn't there? I don't know. I
think so.
Okay. Well, if it happens,
we're gonna have to find out.
It might happen during the show, man. I mean, we've already picked up 2.
Again, we're just gonna have to find out, I guess. If it happens, great. I will find out who it is, and I promise it will not be Bryce. Unfortunately, Bryce, we have proof you are not the 50th.
Unfortunately
for you, I am looking at you.
Right. Let's talk about some Fighting Hawk football, huh?
Yeah, we traveled up to Grand Forks, take on North Dakota, the Fighting Hawks, in a battle that probably should be some sort of rivalry with some sort of trophy, and it never is, which is kind of odd. I mean, SDSU and NDSU have the Dakota marker, UND, USD, I don't know, the flagship battle or something like that. Kind of a slow day offensively when you look at the numbers, except for when you look at the score. The final score, 42-36. USD got the win. North Dakota recovered an onside kick, and scored late. So for people that were interested in a potential cover, you got screwed. Anyway, I'll refrain from that. Individually, Aiden Bauman, 15 for 21, 190, 3 touchdowns and a pick. His 3 touchdowns, actually, if I'm not mistaken, tied his career high, if I read John's tweet right. Or his season high. One of those 2. But a good showing from him. Only 6 incompletions. On the rushing attack, this is where we really got a lot of our yards. Charles Pierre Jr., 15 carries, 173 and a touchdown. Travis Tice, 16 carries, 130 and a touchdown. Nevin Kermascoli came in 2 carries for 7. Then the receiving end, Charles Pierre Jr., 4 carries, 75 yards and a touchdown. I don't know if you saw the clip from his touchdown catch. It's basically like a check down drag across the middle, and he got it full speed, and nobody caught him.
I think I did see that.
And we watched it live because we were flipping back and forth between SDPB and Midco on our TV up in the booth at high school games. And we flipped back to it and saw the insane play. It basically just cut across the middle. It was like the 4th option. And he just caught it full speed, turned back up the left side, and he was gone. He is so unbelievably fast.
Keep that man on the roster at all costs.
Karan Adams, 2 catches, 44 yards and a touchdown. Carter Bell, 4 catches, 44, and a touchdown as well. Also, Charles Pierre Jr., the first 1,000-yard rusher in USD Division I history.
Yeah, what a dog. I mean, he's that guy.
He is. I mean, he just came in when Tice was hurt, and he just gotten a lot of the workload to pretty much split 50-50 since he's been back. But
man, think about him as just a RB1 next year with LJ behind him.
Oh, my God.
Oh, a lot.
You thought our running back duo was impressive this year.
And LJ is definitely more of the run-at-your-face type of player.
He's basically a younger Travis Tice.
In my opinion, but I think he's quicker.
Well, yeah, but he's... Yeah. The difference right now between Tice and Charles Pierre Jr. is Travis Tice, he looks like... You could tell in a couple of his runs, he could have just ran towards the sideline and stepped out of bounds. He ran at the defender and stuck an arm out there to try to get a stiff arm, and stiff arm the same guy twice. And that's the difference. Pierre Jr. will try to bounce it around and use his speed, but I mean, they're both really good running backs.
Quick side note, I'm checking our Social Blade account to watch our live subscriber count. And just a quick quick overview of our channel, Cole. We created the channel, and guess what year? Guess what day it gives us the day?
So we didn't start it right at the beginning of the school year.
No.
We were like 3 or 4 weeks in.
You're right on the money right now.
So that would put us like late September.
You're right on the money.
So like the 20-something of September.
Okay. And you gotta guess the year.
What would it be? It's a pre-COVID or post-COVID? I think it was 21. Nope, it would have still been 20. It was the fall of 20.
Fall of 19.
Oh my gosh.
Because we did a COVID show in the spring of 2020.
Right, and that was like our final for that year. It was
Yes.
like an hour and a half long of us just talking on Zoom.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
And my
now.
lighting was so yellow. But the 24th of September in 2019.
24th. My guess would have been 22.
We've
the
had
22nd of September.
That's pretty cool. We have 2,470 total views, 72 uploads, 45 subscribers. Not 46, but 45. So I'm watching the live subscriber count. We'll monitor that throughout the show.
YouTube comment, Danko, you started it the year you were born. No, we started it when you were 45, Bryce.
Oh, Lord.
That's a running joke between us. He's actually not that old, but I make a lot of old jokes at him.
And Big Dog back in the house.
He is. Big Dog is back in the house.
To hawk our picks, maybe.
The Bears. I picked the Bears to win.
Did you?
No, probably not.
All right, let's.
Usually I can just go against the Bears. Next week,
Look forward, yeah.
again, 42-36 was the last game. Now 8-2, number 4 team in the country right now, and we host number 1 North Dakota State Saturday, 1:00 inside the Dakota Dome. Full coverage right here, KAOR pregame. I'm sure about 12:45. I don't know who's going to be on the call. I have a guess, but I don't know.
If you wait.
My guess is Bewley, Spencer, and Schumacher, Zach.
I'm guessing as well.
That's my guess.
According to the Green Dot Watch, there are 603 seats left for the Dakota Dome, not resale, actual seats for the NDSU game. It's pretty good, getting closer, and 200 of them at least have been sold today. So a big.
We started the day at 1,100.
Yeah.
So yeah, about 500.
It's pretty good.
I'm just hoping it's red.
I'm hoping so too, but I'm feeling like it's not.
Yeah, unfortunately, my instinct says no.
Let's before we move on from football, let's revisit. I don't really know the full story, so I can't make too much of a comment on it. But our main man John Thayer got messed around with on Saturday.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to hear. I think we're gonna hear the full story tomorrow.
I think so too.
Which will be interesting. But you saw the picture of his pregame spot, and it's like the seats were right below him, which is I think is so odd how some of these stadiums have that. Like even NFL stadiums. Remember last year, Paul Allen, they were up in where were they? It was like Washington or something like that. Did we play at Washington last year?
Maybe.
And he's making comments live on air because people are like turning around and like trying to bug him and do stuff.
I got bad news, Cole.
Why is that?
48.
Oh.
Sorry.
Bring it on. Hey, bring it on. YouTube live chat. Cold Nebraska sucks. Hey, Ty, that's not nice, okay? We're going to beat Wisconsin on Saturday.
Imagine, Cole, bet you might. I mean, what time does the game kick off?
2:30.
So the game's going to get done at what, 6-ish?
Yeah.
Mark it on your calendars. Cole Larsch will be streaking through the streets of Vermilion at 6 o'clock as the Nebraska Cornhuskers are going to be bowl eligible for the first time in.
No, the first stop is I'm going to go across the parking lot and start taunting Ty and Caden. That because we just beat Wisconsin. I mean, Ty's a Minnesota fan, but Minnesota is so bad. I mean,
who did they play this week?
They're going to play Penn State this week.
That's right.
It was by 35. It was like, oh, it's going to be a close game. No. But you know what's worse than Minnesota's football team? Their men's basketball team. Two out of the last 4 games, they've scored less than 20 points at halftime. They scored 14 points at halftime against North Texas.
Well, wait till our
yikes!
Wait till our crowd hears about our women's basketball team right now because we're right around.
Anyway, back to football. Number 1 NDSU, 1:00 Saturday.
Show up.
NDSU 6-point favorites. Unofficially.
Show up, people. We need red in the stands.
Yeah, it's going to be loud. Tom's going to love it because Tom loves a big crowd. Like yesterday at volleyball, I'm sure he was enjoying every minute of it. He loves announcing
like
to
he
a big
did.
crowd.
Yeah. We'll get to that. We're bouncing around right now, Cole, but it doesn't matter. We're getting where we need to be.
Yeah, we got nobody behind us this year. I mean, we haven't talked in 3 weeks. Ty said, hey, don't talk about my Gophers. I'm going to say whatever I want to about your Gophers if you're going to talk about my Cornhuskers, see?
And
Go Skurs, baby.
just a quick reminder to those just tuning in, because we've got quite a few, or not quite a few, but a good amount of people watching for what's average for Cole and I. The 50th subscriber to our YouTube channel, the CharCole Pod, will get to decide if I keep or get rid of the mustache and get to choose Cole's next haircut. So we're monitoring the subscriber count right now because we're 2 away. So
bring it on.
So you can see on my screen, I'm currently watching the live Social Blade subscriber count. So we're at 48. We'll see what happens.
Yep, bring it on.
Cole, let's talk about some volleyball.
Well, let's talk about the unfortunate end of the season. Again, it's been a long time since we last talked to you. We bring you back to Halloween, Thursday, October 31st. USD got the win over North Dakota 3-1. And then they got the win on Senior Day, a sweep of Oral Roberts, 3-0. That was on November 2nd. Thursday, the 7th, we traveled up to North Dakota State, got the win 3-1. Then had a week off. And then here comes the slide. At St. Thomas, who had just beaten, yes, they did, a week prior, St. Thomas defeated SDSU. SDSU took their first loss. And we lost to St. Thomas 3-1. We gave ourselves plenty of chances. We get up to about 18, 20 points, and then St. Thomas would score 4 or 5 in a row, and they'd win the set, and that's how they got all 3 of them. Then we traveled down to Omaha on Saturday to take on the number 2 team in the Summit League, the Omaha Mavericks. We lost to them 3-1. And then on Tuesday, November the 19th, so yesterday, we hosted South Dakota State in a red out. It was a code red game. Student athletes, from my understanding, mostly required to attend that game. Record attendance for USD Volleyball, 2,810.
And we were in attendance, breaking the SCSC's record. In other breaking news, Cole, we did it.
All right, well, who was it?
I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. If you were the 50th subscriber, hit us up, or we can figure it out over time.
I know who it is.
Do you?
Yep, I know who it is.
Okay. Well, we'll be in contact moving forward. But 50th.
There we go.
Thank you, everybody. That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
All right.
If the Gophers beat Penn State, get me on the pod. You know what, Ty?
We got a spot for him.
Yep. Next week, or this week, if the Gophers beat Penn State, you have my word. You can sit right beside Char there, because we can't use this third spot because the microphone does not exist.
Well, we can make.
Well, you could slide it that way, and he can use that one.
We could do that.
Yeah,
or we could just have him call in.
We could. Yeah, nobody wants to see Ty's face. No offense,
No.
Ty. You're a Gophers fan.
Nothing like that.
I do want to check something quickly. As if I go to the women's volleyball calendar from 2022, what was the attendance against Louisville? 2774. Oh, so I've been a part of the top 2.
1 and 2, Larcy.
Yeah, 1 and 2. Except I wasn't officially counted for this one because I didn't scan a ticket. But again, we hosted South Dakota State, took the loss 3-0. I was the color commentator on the Summit League Network in front of the record crowd, 2,810. It was a show of SDSU and their front line. Let's see if I can remember some names here if I get to some games later. Here we go. Sylvie Guntz, 14 kills. Sydney Shetland with 8. Madison Burr with 8 as well. Blocks up front. They had 6 combined blocks. And then I kind of said it on the Summit League Network as well. What really handicapped us... Timeout. No, you pause. We'll get to that in a second. What really handicapped us was our service errors in clutch moments. And then just I mean, we could not stop their attacks at all.
Should I read the text that I sent you, Cole?
Yeah, I don't care. Sure.
This was a text I sent to Cole while the game was going on. Are we slow or are we sleeping? It was just the one tidbit that I had for Cole. It just felt, and yes, it was everywhere on the court.
Yeah.
Our back row got beat up.
Yep.
Which doesn't happen.
No. Statistically, one of the best back rows in
literally the country.
In the country, yeah.
We got top 20. We got top 29 back row, I'd say, in the country, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I think that's about what it was
by numbers.
And then they have a top 10 in the country front line in blocks and kills.
And so that is where it got us.
Yeah, that's what really got us. But yeah, again, they're a good team. They finished the season 26-1. First time since 2007 they've won anything in volleyball, and that was also the year that was their first year in the conference, and that's when they won the regular season and postseason titles.
Yeah,
they're going to be a tough team to beat if they win it all. Luckily, we stayed away from them in the
bracket.
bracket.
Our bracket looks pretty nice. I'm not mad about it.
Well, my question is, what in the world happened to St. Thomas? Because the entire game, Spencer and I were saying, we're going to drop to 4 because St. Thomas is going to jump us, and they're just not in the bracket. Like, am I missing something?
Can they not? Are they not eligible for postseason?
They must not be, because they would have been the number 3 seed, and they're just not in the bracket.
I guess I never noticed
Spencer
that.
and I, the entire game, were saying this is a big game because if USD wins, they solidify 3rd, and if SDSU wins, they get outright first place.
Maybe someone in the chat knows.
I don't know. But then we were talking with Trevin before the game, and yeah, I just read that. I just read that too. He was saying that St. Thomas will be the 3 seed too, so we're all missing something. Clearly, I don't follow something like volleyball that close. I mean, I tend to think I follow it decently close, but obviously I'm missing something.
Okay, let's set the stage though. Our bracket looks nice though. Going back to the actual bracket itself.
Well, yeah,
a Kansas City Omaha to get into the championship. We can work with that.
Except Omaha swept us during the year, didn't they?
Yeah, but it's better than going,
State again.
State to get to the championship. Plus, I mean, maybe State gets tripped up. Who knows?
Yeah, we take on a number 6 Kansas City. So if we look at our previous scores, we beat them 3-1 at Kansas City. We beat them 3-1 at home. So it's probably going to go 5 sets. That's just how it rolls. And then Omaha, we lost 3-1 at home and lost 3-1 on the road. So that one's going to go 5 sets as well.
That's what we thought last night.
I would have bet a lot of money it was going to go 5 sets. And then SCSU came out, and kudos to their fans as well. I usually don't like to say this very much, but there was a decent bit of blue in the Sanford College Sports Center.
For sure.
I don't know.
Basketball?
Yeah,
or should we address the chat?
Volleyball ends the regular season 18-9, 10-6 in conference play. Again, they're the 3rd seed in the Summit League bracket.
The first time since 2021 that USD has not either split the regular season championship, or won it outright. So, not good. Well, it's not bad.
But still, we're the 3rd seed, so it's not like we're like a bottom. Like just a bottom two team.
I feel like we're complaining. But no, we're not complaining. We're just saying that it's different. Throws us for a loop.
Back when my dad just sent me a picture. Back when I had a buzz cut in 2012.
Oh, Lord. Let me show you a buzz cut, Larsch. Oh, yeah. Should we show him the picture?
2012.
Should we show the YouTube chat, the OG picture I sent to you the other day? This one. Should I show him this one?
Oh yes.
All right, YouTube chat, you ready for a throwback? Why is our camera moved now?
I don't know.
I'll fix that.
It's fallen down. I didn't notice that till literally just now. Now that's too high, but yeah. Anyway, this, in case you're watching, this really doesn't help you on the KAOR radio waves, but this is how we got. If you're ever wondering how we got the name CharCole. Long story short, we entered a beanbag tournament over the 4th of July at our campground, and we had Charlie's Aunt Linda print us up shirts. What's going on? Are you more tape?
I do.
Oh. And so we wore these shirts, and if my memory serves me correctly, we won the beanbag tournament, did we not?
I honestly don't remember.
I mean, it was a long time ago, but if my memory serves me correctly...
We were good, Larsch. I mean, we were good.
Yeah, we were dangerous at bags. That's probably good right there, honestly.
All right, you ready to show them?
Yeah, let's show them. This is a picture of us. I don't know what the original date is. A long, long time ago. Look at those two studs.
It's not focusing. It's focused on you. Look at those guys.
The shirt is a white shirt, and it says Team CharCole. We were the miners.
Hopefully it's focusing. Anyways, my arms hurt. Can't hold it up that long.
And my dad just texted me, I think you won, but you made the brackets and cheated, I'm sure.
We did make the brackets.
Well, I remember making the brackets. I do remember making the brackets. But yeah, that's in case you're wondering how we got the name CharCole Sports Show. Other than a combination of just our two names, that is how. That is the origin story of the CharCole Sports Show.
Look at us. Our
Like you
logo
said.
has gone so far.
It's gone through a lot of rebrands.
Also, Cole, I called you the other day and you didn't answer.
When?
I had breaking news. I don't even remember. I had breaking news for you.
Let me look.
Okay, when I say the other day, I probably mean like 3 weeks ago. But
Yeah, I should keep going through.
our sign is done, Cole.
Really?
It is. I forgot to bring it down. But
You forgot to bring it.
Bryce Holter and the gang at Hanson High School
Oh.
made us a laser cut sign, and I got to find it. I don't know if I took a picture of it or what.
That is awesome.
It is sick.
We're going to put that in the apartment. Right
I
above
don't
the
know.
TV.
I thought we were going to bring it to Bunyan's, but it's heavy. It's like thick metal.
Oh, that's true.
Like, Cole, it's actually pretty heavy, man. And the corners, I mean,
Shout out Holter.
shout out. Okay. It's here somewhere.
Yeah, just going through my recent calls. I could not find your name at all.
No, it's
I
fine.
guess.
It's fine. I don't know if I have it. Anyways.
Remember how you said this is going to be one of the most genuine shows we had in a while? It is 6:30. We've talked about USD football and volleyball. That's all right. I don't know. We're just gonna
We
keep
can go
talking.
through basketball quickly.
Yeah,
we'll have forever to talk about basketball.
Well, we're so far not missing much on the basketball end, at least on the women's basketball side. Let's get into it. 1-4 for the women's basketball team to start. Since we last talked to you, they did not start the year. They lost in overtime against St. Louis. They hosted St. Louis 85-83. Down at half, actually came back to force overtime and then lost overtime by 2 points. 85-83 to go 0-1. Then we traveled out to Air Force, lost 73-66. We had a 12-point lead at halftime. We were up 26-11 at the end of the first quarter and ended up losing that game 73-66. Then on Military Appreciation Night and Carey's Coyotes Night, we lost 71-67, also in overtime. We had a 40-22 lead at the half. We scored 20 points in the second half and 7 in overtime to lose 71-67. Grace Larkins has so far led the team in all their games in scoring. And then on Saturday the 16th, inside the Pentagon, USD took on the Nebraska Cornhuskers, and Nebraska got the win 113-70. Now, you might think to yourself, well, that's a bad loss. Nebraska currently leads the country right now in field goal percentage.
Where are they ranked?
I
I can get it up quick. You continue.
can't remember. Yeah, they currently rank number 1 in field goal percentage in the country at 58%. 58% throughout the entire season. Now, again, a lot of non-conference games in there too, but
21.
they are ranked 21st in the country. But it was good to see the Pentagon packed. There was a lot of red. Now, my report was like it was 80-20 Nebraska to USD, but it was a Big Ten school. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Still
And it's a short trip for them, really.
Yeah, it is. And a lot of those fans are probably South Dakota area fans that are like, let's go to the Pentagon. They have Iowa and Kansas tonight.
Really?
Yeah, women's.
Oh.
I think it's tonight. But I also saw that it was a mess to let people in.
I saw that.
Which is crazy because nobody was buying tickets. They were all pre-sold. So all you have to do is you just have to walk through the scanner and scan.
Well, you know what it could be?
But it's one. There's only one entrance.
Cell service, too, could be a bad thing. People are trying to get their phones up.
That is true. That is also true.
That could be one thing we're not thinking about.
Yeah,
Anyways.
I think it was a Chad Berger tweet I saw. It said, come on, San Francisco.
I saw that,
yeah. And then we get the win against Bellevue University at NAIA School from Nebraska on Education Day, 74-50. 1,468 fans in attendance. Approximately, if I'm not mistaken, 1,300 of them were between the grades of kindergarten and 8th grade. And I played Get Loud on the video board twice, and after the second time I was told never to play that again because it was just a bunch of screeching kids, but they took up the entire 3 sections behind the bench, scores table, and bench. The entire sections were full of them, so that was good for that. Carly Duffney actually led the way in points, 23 points in the Education Day victory.
Going back to, you mentioned Chad Berger, a friend of the show. Going to shout him out really quick. He was selected as the USD Beacom School of Business Faculty Excellence Award, and he gets the Teaching Recipient Award for the 2023-2024 academic year. Shout out, Chad.
And as somebody who's taken one of his classes, very deserving. He's a great professor.
I've heard great things. Great friend of our show. Yep. Great friend of us
he
online.
He actually invited us on. We have an open invite whenever we are available onto their show.
No way. That's pretty cool.
So we actually got invited Sunday night.
This Sunday?
They go last Sunday.
Oh.
But I didn't see the DM on Twitter until Monday. So I'm like, well, neither of us were home.
That's me with most of my 315 unopened texts right now.
Yeah, it's just a mess. I got so much junk going on. It's crossover season for everybody involved, and it's plus we're 3 weeks away from the end of the semester.
Something about close to that. And Thanksgiving is coming up.
Thanksgiving
we're
next
about to
week.
Stuff our faces.
Yep, and breaking news.
Oh geez.
Actually, I don't know if this is confirmed or not. I'm sure people in the crowd confirm this. I believe the Larsch family is hosting the Peterson family Thanksgiving.
Ooh.
So there's going to be like 30 people over at the Larsch house.
That's cool, man.
I don't know if it's actually going to be 30 or not, but...
So, you doing that Thanksgiving Day, or when can I stop by? No, I'm just kidding.
It's usually Thanksgiving Day.
Okay.
Right? I'm trying to think.
In 5 minutes, we can get that.
Yeah,
our delay is crazy. Anyways, let's talk about men's basketball really quick.
Oh, and it's Bryce's birthday coming up. That's
right.
Tuesday the 25th. Confirmed with a smaller crowd. All right, that's fine. Bring them on.
Sounds like you get to eat more food.
Sounds like I'll be cooking a lot of the food too.
Oh.
Me and Father Dale chefing it up.
Here's the real question, though. What kind of pie are you having? What's your favorite pie, Cole?
Mm-hmm.
See, this is the show we're talking about.
Okay,
right
so
here. My bad.
Do you mean like Thanksgiving pie or just pie in general?
I'm going Thanksgiving pie.
Okay.
Okay.
Pecan.
Oh my, no, it's pecan. Continue.
Pecan, whatever. It used to be pumpkin.
We get along so well, man.
And then freshman year, Caleb and I did that pie eating contest and ate a Costco-sized family Thanksgiving pie in like 5 minutes, and none of it stayed down, and I haven't been able to look at pumpkin pie the same way since.
Well, Darcy says Hannah's bringing dessert.
Hannah's bringing. Well, tell Hannah to bring a pecan pie, please and thank you.
That's all Cole asks.
That's all I want. And tell her I'll make one of her requests too. Bring it on. Anyway,
Larcy, what is going on, man?
I don't know. Well, we haven't been on here in 3 weeks.
We're not gonna be able to get through the NFL recap, really.
Oh, sure, we got plenty of time. We got all kinds of time.
Okay.
All you have to do is just play the legal thing at 7:00, and we're good. We move on to men's basketball, who's actually playing right now.
Well, I'll get their score up, huh?
They play. They're playing Western Michigan in Kalamazoo. And then on Friday,
it's a poke.
They're at Southern Indiana. So wait, I don't know. Is John even going to be here Thursday? They wouldn't come back, would they?
Lord, no, you don't think so.
No, I don't
Well,
think
they
so.
took a plane, and if they're still playing, the odds that there's no way John's going to be back.
No.
Also, USD is down 2 with 4 minutes left to go first quarter.
A lot of game left.
As you would guess, Caleb Stewart has 0 points.
Really?
Paul Bruns has 0 points. Isaac Bruns has 2 points. And who's Q Bullock again?
Q. Isn't it Dre? Dre Bullock? They have him in there as Q?
They do.
Okay, yeah, his name's Dre.
Well, that's what I thought.
Unless he just changed it in the last, 3 days.
They have it as Quand Bullock. He has 8.
What?
I don't know.
What are they smoking out there in Kalamazoo? I don't know. Anyway, men's basketball team, they are 4-1 on the season. They defeated Southern, the Jaguars, 93-79 in the season opener. They defeated Texas A&M Commerce, 91-83, which then the next day changed their name to East Texas A&M. So their final athletic event as Texas A&M Commerce was a loss at Vermilion.
Wait, what did they change it to?
East Texas A&M.
Oh, they should have changed it to East Texas Tech.
I think that already exists.
From Young Sheldon.
I think that already exists.
It might.
It probably does. Then they hosted Mount Marty. The Lancers got the win 77-47. Then 2 days later, traveled to Iowa City and took the loss 96-77 in a 19-point game. Important for some people. And then 2 days later, they hosted Dakota Wesley and got the win 92-69. And for our local, Bryce just said he can't even find the game on Stream East. Do you not have ESPN Plus?
What? Wait.
Bryce,
that's probably not something you should be putting into a YouTube chat, but
no, they don't. Who cares anymore?
Yeah.
If they're gonna try and block it. Also, my Go Yotes website just reloaded. So that's cool.
Do you want the box score from Dakota Wesleyan quick or what?
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead.
For our local folks at home. Leading the scoring department, it was Blaze Lubers. He had 15 of the Dakota Wesleyan 69, and then Tampa Scott, the fourth. He had 13. Sam Asleason had 9. Randy Rosenquist with 5. Tyson Stevenson with 5. Anthony Riggins with 7. Jacob Dobney with 6. And after the game, Isaac Bruns did a jersey swap with Randy Rosenquist. I didn't know if you saw the pictures of those two floating around, Cole, but that was pretty funny.
I did not.
I'll have to find it for you. It was hilarious.
But yeah, Dakota Wesleyan, they're looking pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, the score does not indicate how close that game was for a while.
Yeah.
When with 12 minutes ago in the first half, it was 20-20. So they hung with us for a while, so. Yeah, and they take on Western Michigan on today, at Southern Indiana on Friday, and they host Randall on Monday, and then they travel to Nebraska on Wednesday. Watch out for that Nebraska squad, by the way. Shall we move on?
Yeah, we should, huh? We're only, 15 minutes behind?
That's
like impressive.
That's
quarter of the show behind.
That's not even nothing. Let's go to the Dome games, and let's kind of recap those. When we go to the... I'll just pull it up on my phone. Actually, be better.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do.
Better try to load it on a GoBound, because that website is the slowest website in existence.
That was a great usage of non-FCC regulated words there, Cole.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
In the 9B championship game, number 5 Sully Buttes got the win over number 2 Fulton area, 34-14.
Sully Buttes was literally just so physical up front that Fulton area wasn't able to compete in that game.
Yeah, and offensively, Fulton area looked lost.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they need a map. They were so lost.
Sully Buttes wins their first championship since 1990. No, it's been longer than that. I wrote an article about it, and I can't even remember. Something like that.
That's just how it's been. We both picked Avon. So in our last show, it was so early in the playoffs. We picked our dome predictions. We both picked Avon. They were both wrong. We move up to 9A. Technically, Double A played that night, but I'm just going to go in order of the classes. And for the record, Bryce, Adam Schefter used. Can I even say this word? I don't know if I can say that word due to FCC violation, but he does not use Stream East. He uses... I'm not even going to try to say it. It's a drug, and then it streams.
Ah. Yes.
So, yeah, that's what he uses, because he posted a clip of it on Twitter, and it had that in the top left.
That's hilarious.
So, Yeah, 9A. Number 2, Howard gets the win over number 4, Woolsey Westington, 38-30.
Who's surprised about that one? I mean, obviously you picked Harding County Bison because you felt like they had a good chance, and
I took them on a flyer.
yeah, and I don't blame you on that.
They disappointed me in the first round.
I don't blame you on that.
But yeah, you picked Howard right. A very good game.
Yeah, it was. I think
For a 10 o'clock game.
Cole, I'll tell you this. If Woolsey Westington would have thrown the ball the whole game like they did in the third and fourth quarter,
yeah,
I think they would have won the game.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Howard was chasing ghosts out there.
They were.
When Woolsey Westington was throwing the ball around, but Howard just the better team. And for the first time since the 90s or something, according to a Ryan Deal tweet, Luke Kepsel wins the Jurabi MVP and the Outstanding Lineman Award, which is very impressive.
Which is crazy.
And it's really only possible at the 9-man level.
Yes, that is true. We move to 9AA. Number 2, Hamlin gets the win over number 1, Parkston, 32-8. Just domination by the Hamlin Chargers.
Yeah, we both picked this one. I think Hamlin was the best team all year, and people liked Parkston, yeah, but Hamlin just flat out beat people in all capacities, and I hate to say it, Parkston ran like the same 6 plays all game.
Yeah.
They looked very limited in their play calling, and I think Hamlin's offense was just so fun to watch.
It wasn't. We were kind of concerned before the game because Hamlin's quarterback was it like dislocated his shoulder or something. I think Acree said something like that in their semifinal game, and he came out and he balled out. They got the win. That was a very entertaining game.
That was our first, I think, consensus pick. That was the only consensus pick that we had, other than Sioux Valley. We got that wrong as well. And Sioux Falls Christian, I guess. But anyways.
Anyway, we moved to 11B. Winner got the win over Sioux Valley, 20-14.
It's their 10th state championship in the 11B class. I don't think the best team won the game, but
no. I think the more experienced Dome team.
Yeah, absolutely. And we said that. We've been saying that all year. Well, not all year, but as the playoffs have started, we've been saying that the team that plays the most in the playoffs and wins the most in the playoffs will historically come in and continue to do so.
Yeah.
So it's what you see, and it's what you get.
And 20-14 in 11B. The noon game on Saturday, number 3 Lennox defeats number 1 Sioux Falls Christian, 14-6.
Boston Catcher's a dog, man. He needs to go play college ball.
Unbelievable.
He would be the craziest safety for state or even USD. I think he'd be a great safety.
Yeah.
Just fly him around.
Well, it also helps that Sioux Falls Christian quarterback. I don't remember what his name is. He was playing like the worst version of Jameis Winston.
Prime Jameis Winston. I was just about to say
except without the touchdown, because Jameis Winston will go throw for 450, 4 touchdowns, and 5 picks. At one point, he threw 2 interceptions to the referee, and Catcher just rolled over and goes, "Oh, my ball now." One of his passes was so high.
Yeah.
We commented in the booth, it looked like a punt.
It looked like intentional grounding. I mean, I'm like, where are you going? And then the worst part about it was to see, because in the shot they showed the replay of the Sioux Falls Christian sideline while it was happening, and everyone on the sideline was just like,
"What are you doing? What was he seeing out there?" It
don't
was
know.
literally like Jameis Winston.
Or Sam Darnold. I'm just seeing ghosts out there, man.
It was unbelievable. In one of the best games we've seen in the Dome in a while, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Number 2 Watertown defeats number 4 Pierre TF Riggs, 14-13.
I mean, obviously, I picked Pierre to win it. You picked Watertown to win it. I didn't care who won the game, to be honest. I just wanted it to be a good game, and it was. That was a certified banger.
It was so good. And the best part was, like, the entire third and fourth quarter, there was a page in our music computer that's just hype music. That's all I was playing.
That's hilarious.
And Watertown's student section was going berserk to every song I played. I'm like, this is great.
Speaking about music, Mr. Brightside said, for the next game, Lincoln, assistant coach, was one of my favorite of the weekend. Only coach to dance to my music.
Yeah, he did. He played swag surfing, and he was over there.
No way.
He was doing it. He was doing the dance on the field because it was like, I think it was towards the end of halftime he played it, and the coach is like coming back to the sideline and doing one of these,
my
trying to get the crowd into
That's
it. It was
crazy.
so sweet. 14-13. Pierre, they get the touchdown late. They line up for 2. They send 4 receivers to the left side.
I mean, Bucci won you the game in Yankton, yes.
Yeah.
and I'm friends with Elijah, and his dad, and when I saw him getting the ball, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's that classic. You split half the guys out to the left, and then you go to the right. Eli can throw the ball. Okay,
Right.
I'm thinking he's going to take a step or two to the right and huck that thing back to the left. No, and anyways.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm like,
what?
So just paints a picture in case you didn't watch the game. Ball's in the right hash, 2-point conversion with like,
Appear to win the game.
yeah,
Pretty much.
It's to win the game because they wouldn't have got the ball back unless they had a successful onside kick, which never happens unless you're a 9-man in South Dakota.
No, Howard got one. Howard got an onside this year.
Right, 9-man.
Oh, yes. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. So they split 4 receivers to the left, just to paint the picture of and they loaded the line to the right. Just to paint the picture of what Watertown did, they overloaded their left side of the defense, which was Pier's right. They had 3 guys against 4 out there that were split to the sideline on the left. The top third guy, was walking towards the line of scrimmage like 10 seconds before the snap. So essentially it was a 4-on-2. And they just got the snap, and it was a direct run.
I mean...
And he got tackled for a 3-yard loss on a 2-point conversion.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really get what the plan was there, but you know what? Watertown, they hung through it, and they got the win.
And in the game that we predicted in, like, September,
Yep.
we've been talking about it. We've been saying this was the best team. The camera, did it fall again? I don't know.
No?
Okay, good.
I think we're still good.
Okay, good. Lincoln.
Yep.
All I said Lincoln just needs to, settle in with their new quarterback, okay?
Yep.
It's Tate Schaefer's little brother. Just give him some time. He's a
Yep.
sophomore, man. You can't expect him to win big games right away. And he comes in and wins the biggest game that he possibly can in a sophomore season and gets a championship under his belt. Lincoln's going to be scary next year, dude. And I
so
mean
good.
scary.
Everybody thought they were going to be bad because they were young this year. And, yeah, they're going to be very, very dangerous. That was also an insane crowd. Like, that is one of the most – that's like some of the most full I've ever seen the Dakota Dome was for the 11 AAA game. Now, I get it. It's the big schools.
Yeah.
And we're looking at the smaller side of the dome, which was the Sioux Falls Lincoln crowd. Their student section was an entire section and a half.
Dang.
It was so packed. It was unbelievable. And they were loud. Like, loud. Home field advantage helps you in the dome.
Yes, it does. So let's taking a look at our picks. Not as good as we thought we were going to be. I really thought Cole and I would probably go, 5 for 7, 6 for 7.
Yep.
Not the case.
I even said this. So I went 2 for 7 before the playoffs started. I was even counting them after the whole thing had happened. If I had picked them that Thursday, I would have went 4 for 7. And that's just how back and forth
I
it
know.
was.
Pretty wild. But
Yeah, that was pretty insane. NFL, huh?
yeah, let's go through it quick. Did you see my note on the 6:45 segment?
Yeah, we can touch on it quickly because
Okay.
I'm literally just going to run through this
Okay.
real quick because I want to talk about 3 teams. I just want to talk about the NFC North.
I'll kick back and make comments if I feel
if I'm being
feel
completely
fit.
honest, we go to the NFC North. Oh, it must be getting close to 7 o'clock.
6:50.
It's 6:50. It's getting earlier. The Detroit Lions are number 1 in the North at 9-1. Minnesota Vikings number 2 at 8-2. Green Bay Packers at 7-3. The Bears, a.k.a. the dumpster franchise, is 4-6. I feel bad for the Bears fans. Not really.
No.
Caleb Williams is not as bad as his team is making him out to be.
Did you see Ohio State's center's out for the season?
Yeah, I did see that.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Anyways.
The NFC North is the best conference in football.
Oh, by far. And that's, I think, especially with the Bengals on a down year, it's better than the AFC North by a long shot.
The AFC North right now is the Steelers at 8-2.
The Ravens.
Is unbelievable. The
Well,
Ravens at 7-4.
They're just, okay. With a semi-competent offense, that defense is going to win them games.
Yeah, it's Mike Tomlin. He's going to have a stud defense. They're like, I don't know what the offense is going to look like this year, but I'm going to win 50% of the games.
Also, shout out Mason McCormick.
Yeah.
Dude.
He
He's
is.
he's literally pushing. He might even make the all-rookie team.
He might.
Like, his stats are that good. The only thing that might hold him back is him not starting all the games.
Right.
So shout out Mason, but I mean, his PFF grades are better than, well, obviously Ed Ingram's and not necessarily Blake Brandel's, but I mean, his PFF grades are really good for a rookie.
Yeah.
He's allowed 0 pressures or something like that.
I believe it.
That's wild.
The worst division in football right now, the NFC South is up there. NFC West is up there. The Cardinals lead the division in the NFC West right now. It's 6-4. Rams are 5-5. The Seahawks are 5-5, and the 49ers are 5-5.
Yeah, man.
Now the Niners are super injured.
What's up with that? Kittle's coming back this week though, so.
And McCaffrey's coming.
Well,
No,
that's
he's
what they
not.
say.
Well, yeah, supposedly. Hello?
Also, if you're a diehard Vikings fan, Nick Muse coming back.
There we go.
Full-time special teamer, baby.
Yes, sir.
So he's coming back. Well, he's not coming back for sure. He's just been put on the 21-day return to practice list. So shout out Nick.
Breaking NFL news, too. The Kansas City Chiefs lost, and everybody cheered.
They needed to
Yeah.
lose. I mean,
They needed to. They should have lost to the Broncos, and they stormed the field. They beat the 500 Broncos, and they stormed the field like they just won the Super Bowl.
Cole and I figured that game was either going to be close or was going to be an upset. That's why we didn't pick in our losers pool. And if we would have gotten that one, Cole, we would have been up there. But, of course, just the way things are going right now.
Yep. What are we, a point and a half back, and we're in 7th?
No, 2.5, I think.
Okay, 2.5 back, we're in 7th. Which, considering the size of the league, is not bad at all.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, there's the NFC North. The Vikings play the Bears at noon. The over-under for that game is 39.5.
Yeah, man, I saw that.
That's wild.
It's
It is
too
also
bad.
at a word I can't say, Soldier Field. SE Soldier Field, that's what I'll say.
Their grass is fine, though. That's the only thing they have going is most teams like to play on their grass.
Yeah, but it's late November, early December now, so it's
Fair.
going to be all wet and nasty. Also, a halftime, South Dakota trails Western Michigan in men's basketball 34-33.
Purdy is hurt. Rip? Is that true?
Who?
Brock Purdy.
No. Who said that?
Mr. Brightside.
I don't think he is. Also, they have him in as Quandre Bullock. So that's his... I'm sure that's his
I'm sure it's a
government
legal name,
yeah.
yeah.
But it goes by Dre.
That's hilarious. Oh, I could see that.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. What's the other NFC North schedule this week? Let's see. Vikings, Bears. Lions are at the Colts.
Do
That'll
we
be an
dare
easy
even
win.
comment on our picks for this week or our thoughts
No.
on games?
No.
Because I have some opinions, but I'll share them with you.
I don't care. We can.
Well,
There's a lot of lopsided spreads. A lot of low over-unders. That's what I'm noticing.
bad week for football according to Vegas.
What's the biggest one? 10. The Cowboys are so bad.
Yeah, and they're still staying with Cooper Rush, apparently. Like, why not go to Trey Lapdance? What?
Might as well. I mean, you gotta, or just play in a stadium that's actually decent. This light, I'm. Now it stops. See, you just gotta say something about it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, unless Jerry Jones leaves. Okay, Green Bay fake. Purdy is hurt. He's on the injury report. Look it up. What does it say on the injury report? All right, fine. I'm going to pause the show and look it up. 49ers injury report.
While he's talking about this, we're going to get into college football next, Cole. I think we should probably hit that here pretty soon.
Oh, 1 hour ago. Here we go. Nope, back. 1 hour ago.
And
Let's
we're
see
going
what
to
it's
briefly
listed.
touch on the college football playoff rankings. Back to Cole.
Brock Purdy, right shoulder, limited participation. Oh no, his shoulder's sore.
Da.
It's also a Wednesday, so chillax. They'll be fine. They don't pay him anything anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'd sit out for that. Keeping the team alive.
Yeah, college football, the most recent playoff rankings. It's an interesting bracket, and if I can ever get it pulled up, I will let you know what it says.
Well, it says that Miami is the third best team in the country. Says who? They They lost to, or did they lose? They lost to Georgia Tech. No, Cole, is this the most recent one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Miami gets the automatic qualifier, though.
Yeah, which I think is a bunch of crap.
So here's the top 25 as it sits right now. Oregon 1, yep. Ohio State 2, sure. Texas 3, no. It said in their key wins, they beat Arkansas and they beat Vanderbilt are their key wins.
See, Vandy's not a key win. Arkansas, you could maybe count as a mid-win.
Right.
Maybe.
So Texas, I don't know what they're doing up there. Penn State 4, sure. Indiana 5, I'd love to see them in the top 4. Notre Dame 6, so we're just ignoring that Notre Dame lost to a MAC school.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're going to do...
Not only that,
if they play
not
Bama,
only that said MAC school is now like in the bottom tier of their conference.
Bama would score 70 on these guys.
Notre Dame's not good.
They're okay. They're okay. They're not good. They're okay.
I've always been a Notre Dame hater though. So, Bama at 7 and 8-2. Miami 8 at 9-1, which is wild. They were flipped. Bama beat Mercer and Miami didn't play, and they flipped them back. Georgia 10 or Mississippi, which is Ole Miss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, 9 at 8-2. Number 10, Georgia at 8-2. Number 11, Tennessee at 8-2. Number 12, Boise State at 9-1. Number 13, SMU at 9-1. Number 14, BYU at 9-1. So much that I don't agree with there.
So here's my deal, Cole. I think we're going to learn a lot about Indiana this Saturday. But right now,
the spread's 14. Give me the points. Indiana might beat them.
Here's the deal. We don't know anything about Indiana quite yet and how they handle big games. If they can beat them, then you can definitely make the case that they're the team to go out and play with, and they could honestly push for the number 1 seed if they beat Oregon in the championship. Also, the logjam at the top of the Big Ten and the SEC right now is absolutely nuts, and that's why you don't make ultra-large divisions or conferences. But
exactly.
The game that I have circled right now is Indiana-Ole Miss. That's going to be a certified banger.
Yes. I want to see that game.
That's going to be great.
Here's how the bracket shapes out. Oregon gets the bye. Texas gets the bye, number 2. Miami gets the bye at number 3. Boise State gets the bye at number 4. BYU gets the bye at number 5, technically. Or wait, no, they'd be number 12. That just shows you the disarray of the Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
It's the battle of the mid. BYU should not be. Now, they're a decent team. They should not be an automatic bid if they're 12th.
No.
Which is a goofy way how this whole thing's set up.
Ohio State would walk over BYU like it's no tomorrow. I mean,
the spread right now between Ohio State and BYU would be 20 plus.
20. Yeah, I was going to say 20.
It'd be 20 plus. Actually, I have a way of looking this up. Also, Bryce said Iowa State is making the Big 12 championship.
Oh, my gosh. Get out of here.
Okay, matchup predictor. Team number 1.
It's Ohio State, BYU at Ohio State, Cole. We could do a whole show of this. This would be so fun. Remember that one day
Ohio
I was shouting?
State at who?
No, BYU at Ohio State.
Okay, my bad. I can flip that around. BYU, Brigham Young. He's not even on
My
here.
guess is...
They're not even on here.
What? No way.
BYU.
My guess is like they get
BYU.
the computer figures 14.5. That's my guess.
BYU. Brigham. Oh, here it is. It's spelled out. Okay, so Ohio State at Brigham Young, right?
No, other way around. BYU at Ohio State.
Hosting. 34-17 is the matchup predictor.
So right around, yeah.
Yeah, so 17-point margin.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, Anyway.
Anyways.
Iowa State is not even sniffing the playoffs.
No.
They're losing out.
More than likely. I don't know what their schedule looks like.
I don't either.
Should we get to some picks of the week?
I'm just an Iowa State hater. But yeah. Also, one thing I will say, you cannot put Boise State below Tennessee, Georgia, just because they're a group of 5
Right.
team.
Their quarterback and running back duo.
Ole Miss is very good.
I know. And they lost to some bad teams, but everybody loses to bad teams this year, okay?
Yeah, it is.
And Ole Miss is my team this year. I picked them in September, and I had said it on the show. So if that happens, I'm just like the all-knowing guy. But here's the deal. Boise State's offense will win them maybe a game.
Yeah.
The concern's the defense.
Well, obviously. That's like a group of 5 team. That's like all these Maction games we've been seeing. Their offenses are super good. The over-under is like 65 for good reason.
Should we talk about the LP, Cole?
Also, Colorado being 16th is a joke.
Yes.
Anybody in the Big 12 being top 20 is a joke.
Stinky.
Bad conference. Worst conference in football.
Worst conference in football.
They're the worst conference in football. The Big 12 just smells.
Book it.
All right, picks of the week. We both went 3-3 last week. I don't have any music queued up, so we're just rolling.
Let me close this tab. Let's see here. 3-3. Really nothing to talk about there. Riding the Vikings train in the NFL as usual. So in college football, I have Arizona State -3 over BYU. Arizona State still eligible to make the college football playoff, Cole.
Who is?
Arizona State, statistically speaking, which is hilarious. And then I have Kansas +3 over Colorado. In the NFL, I have the Vikings -3.5 over the Bears. And I have the Rams +3 over the Eagles. Smelling something fishy there.
Yeah. Also, Bryce just said in the chat, bring back the old Big 12. The more he keeps talking about it, the more I agree. Bring back all the old conferences. Bring back the Big 8.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
None of this 27-team SEC and Big 10. Anyway.
Yeah.
I could have gotten on such a bigger rant about the college football playoffs. The SEC bias is insane. I'll just put it that way.
It is.
College football, I got the Huskers -2.5 against Wisconsin.
That'd be crazy.
Nebraska wins by 17. Book it. And Indiana, I'm taking the 13.5 points. Are you kidding me? There's a good chance they win outright. I might even take them to win outright, but not for this. I'll take them +13.5. NFL, I got the 49ers +2.5 against the Packers. I don't know. There's something really goofy about the game. I just don't.
Well, Kittle playing probably makes that line a little tighter. Good thing he got in when it did.
That's what I'm thinking too. And the Broncos will kill the Raiders. I took them at -5.5. I don't think that game's going to be close at all. You know what, Charlie? For at one point being 20 minutes behind, finishing at 7:05, not bad.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Not bad at all. Oh, hang on. I think I can do this live. Fill time for a little bit, would you?
Yeah, so losers pool, just to check, we are currently sitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th place. As I said, we're actually 3 points out of first place, but log jam at the top. Last week got 4.5 points. The week before got 4. That's pretty much all you missed. Actually the week before that we got 4.5 as well. So rebounded a little bit from our week down. Have 37 total points in the losers pool if you're keeping track. But last week we took the Jags, Titans, Cowboys, and Texans. So picks to come this week. We'll give you an update next week on our losers pool picks. Cole?
Just keep stalling, please.
Okay.
Just for a second. I have something very important.
Okay. Some further stalling. Let's see. Well, we won't be back next week. I'll be hunting and preparing my stomach for the
next
coming
week
Thursday.
is Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving Eve, Larsch. That's when you got to prepare yourself. Physically, mentally.
Obviously, yeah. Hang on. It's very close. I'll give you a hint.
Oh. Okay.
Give you a hint.
Okay.
We could do this off the air, but I've got it this far already.
Again, shout out to our 50th subscriber. We're actually at 51 now.
It was Clara Chekova.
Uh-huh.
Shout out to her. She thinks she's going to dye my hair Saturday after the game. We'll see if that happens. Okay. Hang on a second. Where in the
oh my
college
you are going to get to see this live.
Kelly Pfeiffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're witnessing history right here. Larsh, you should have a template for this, dude. I'm gonna watch it, and you're gonna get sniped right now. You're gonna get sniped.
At Ryan, at Chad, at Steve. Picture, attach, send. Send.
Who got it out? Ryan got it before you.
No, we did not.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, good.
Show the crowd. Show the classical.
Kelly Pfeiffer is in Brookings for Southern Miss at South Dakota State. Also, my mom just vetoed the hair dye, so we'll have to work around that. Anyway. Thanks for tuning in. The CharCole Sports Show, Season 2, Episode 11. We just got a bunch of stuff done. We're, again, not back next week. Week after that, it'll be December. So we have one show in the month of November.
If we get too bored, we can throw a show together somehow next week.
We could just record it or somehow. I don't even know. But closing times plan. Again, I appreciate you guys getting us to 50 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
We'll be back in 2 weeks, 6 to 7 p.m. Probably, maybe, who knows. There might be basketball. I have no idea. That's a long time from now. I appreciate all you from listening, either on KAOR or on YouTube. He's Charlie Prien. I'm Cole Larsch. I'm hungry. Let's roll.
To Bunions.
You're listening to KAOR, Vermilion, South Dakota.
You're listening to KAOR, Vermilion, South Dakota.
Listen to Black.